It is a crisp, cool fall afternoon, and we've got football from First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. A collegiate star here in the Buckeye State, it's J.K. Dobbins. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
It's a gain of 17.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Right back to him on first down. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Now left side on the swing pass. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
To number 35.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
Jackson's pass.
Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. it's Kamara in the passing game. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
On play action, they'll throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
19-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
Number 81.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Landry, the intended target, and it's 3rd and short.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
Cleveland Browns.
It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a first and goal.
At the 9-yard line.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. They'll run with Chubb, and this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal.
The 11-yard line.
That's complete right around the 8. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Laviska Shenault, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns have taken the early lead.
The losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do. Now the key, holding on to that attitude, because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 12 yards there and a first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Browns 7, Ravens nothing.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Jarvis Landry, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Browns 14, Ravens nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
And they work this well upfield across the 45.
It's a gain
23 yards, the final tally.
And the Ravens.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and
Jackson
3 at the 45-yard line.
It's complete to Brown, right side. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. To throw is Jackson. Quick slant to Brown. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule.
The stop made by Myers.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
1st down, Baltimore.
They'll try the left side. Done. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Inside the red zone, and that means don't come away from there with anything less than 3 points, but everyone's thinking about 6. They're trying to get to the end zone. They decide to run a toss. Big people up front.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Ravens have cut it to within a score. And his kick is good.
Makes the score Browns 14, Ravens 7. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
Nick Chubb, 12 yards on the play. Leads to third down and 1.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he is going to have a Browns first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. Give them 3 yards there on the first down pickup.
Yard line.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down.
It's second down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Mike 42, Mike 42, check, Mike 42. Ready?
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A gain of 13, it's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Tight end Harrison Bryant, the intended target. And it's second down.
2nd and 10.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Laviska Shenault, the intended target. And it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
This is Shenault on the receiving end. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
That's good.
14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll look to throw here on first down. We'll find Bryant, his tight end. It's complete. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Harrison Bryant.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Back to throw now on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. His throw caught. right around the 6. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. N'Keal Harry, as the first half is winding down, and the Browns add on to their lead.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. A short kick taken at the 18. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 33.
So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
For Baltimore.
Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. 2nd and 5. And that's caught by the tight end, Bryant. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Laviska Shenault, the intended target, and that'll bring up second down. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Chubb will have the first down and much more. And he is finally brought down at the Ravens' 22. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Now he dumps this off over the middle. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Here's a quick throw out left. That's caught. Yeah, the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6, second and goal.
And goal at the Ravens' 3-yard line.
They'll give it to Chubb, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
He'll buy some time right, and this is going to be incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Amy Fairbairn on for the field goal. A 22-yard attempt.
The kick by Fairbairn is good, and they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
They'll run on 1st down. It's done, and he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Larry Ogunjobi there to make the tackle. They go play action now. Jackson. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the... And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there. Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off by Mack Wilson. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
The Browns take
so they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation. You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Fabian Moreau. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
After the interception, here's Jackson, escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 43-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson, and he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will close the gap down to 14. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding him to a field goal.
And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Jackson from the shotgun. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Jackson's pass.
It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll make it 3rd down.
A gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd.
From the gun, Jackson steps away. And he's taken down inside the 30. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Ravens draw a bit closer.
The kick is
and this one through the uprights and good.
The score, Browns 24, Ravens 17.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Buying time to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run, deep left side. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Harrison Bryant, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. And the lead is up to 14.
Is good. Makes the score, Browns 30.
And up 2 scores late. No clue why you do this here, but they're going to go for the onside kick. Oh, and did the Browns get it? I think so, yes. Well, there you go. Just your everyday leading big, and you onside kick it with a lead. They got it. I mean, it worked, but interesting call.
I think because they have such a margin, they feel a little bit bolder about what they're doing. And it's not only just to try and increase their lead, but that's their way of saying we're in full control of this game, and we can kind of do what we want.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That is caught left side by Bryant. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. His throw caught right around the 6. And the Browns are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down.
On the play. It's third down and goal to go.
They'll look to throw here. Steps away to his left. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the fourth quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. He's going to wind up and air it out. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 39.
Number 82.
It's a big play there for Baltimore. 41 yards. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. You think about it, Charles, this is not a quarterback that's used to running the football a lot, and that time he was loose with it, had it knocked free.
He always has to think to himself that there's always going to be traffic around because of what you just said. Not that elusive, not going to get into the open field very often. Remember, he's not Lamar Jackson, not Michael Vick back in the day. Always has to protect the football because there's always going to be people around.
This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. Flushed out right. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That one good for 37 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a third and goal. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And this time he is in. Yes. Nick Chubb, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. That catch good for only a couple. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. One last shot for Jackson. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Browns, the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Pittsburgh Steelers come to town. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Indianapolis Colts. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.